Kia ora, this is Phil, a Kiwi, back in Japan. Welcome to Treasures for Trigger. I hope you enjoyed my journey back to New Zealand. I had an absolute blast. The time went very quickly. It was very short but very sweet. But now I'm back home. And today I want to show you what I brought back to Japan with me. I put a few things in my suitcase and I wanted to add to my collection in Japan. So come and check out the video. There's a whole range of vintage goodness that I've brought back to keep my Japanese collection growing and to keep some of my figures company over here. And yeah, let's check out what I brought back. Cheers. So first of all, I'm really happy to get Lion-O in my Japanese collection. I don't have any Thundercats over here. Don't really have much nostalgia for Thundercats, but Lion-O is such an iconic figure. And yeah, I just like to have a little taste of all of the main lions in my collection. So yep, Lion-O is going to be representing the Thundercats for me in Japan. And yeah, just the red hair, the white goatee, the Thundercats belt there. Just super awesome. He's obviously quite faded, but his action feature still works. And don't have much experience with LJN vintage figures, so very happy to bring Lion-O back with me on the arc from New Zealand to Japan. So we've got some superpowers. So Green Lantern, awesome without his accessory. But, yeah, again, just such an iconic 80s toy line, and great to have again just a small representation of those in my Japanese collection. Got, Green Lantern there. They look tiny next to Lion-O. I'm just double checking the markings on them actually, just to make sure that they are the earlier Superpowers versions, not the later releases. They're all got 1984 on them, so I think yeah, these are from the first wave of Superpowers back in the day. So we've got Robin here without his cape. Who knows, I might be able to do something about that in the future. And two more caped Crusaders. Again, just double checking his markings. Looks like it's 1984. So we've got Superman here with his cape. I think I got these, again, I bought these probably 18 months to 2 years ago in New Zealand, so I can't actually remember what I paid for them, but I'm pretty sure I got a really good price. There we go. Run, Superman, run, fly, do what you gotta do. Save the world. But yeah, brilliant stuff. Oh man, really happy to have Superman in the collection. I don't think I had him as a kid. I think the only one that I had, and I'll show him next. The only one that I had, and this is probably my favorite action figure, this version of Batman with his grey and his blue, my absolutely favorite style and version of Batman. And oh man, this really takes me back to my youth. And yeah, I definitely had this guy when I was a 5 or 6 year old, and yeah, I played with him to death. And yeah, Batman's always been my favorite superhero. Yeah, I just love these iconic colors. I'm more of a fan of this color scheme than his later black color scheme. But yeah, I just used to love watching the TV show Pow Bang Crash. So yep, stoked to have Batman to go along with Robin as well. So 4 superpowers to add on the shelves in Japan. Really cool. And I've just purchased one of the old carry cases for the Superpowers figures, along with a couple of more figures, so I'll be showing those off soon in another video too. Voila! So while you were sleeping, I quickly set up the next lot. Joes, plenty of Joes I got while I went back. A few nice things to add to the collection. Some Tiger Force. I never really had much I didn't have any Tiger Force as a kid. I was already out of G.I. Joe by that stage. But yeah, I had one Frostbite Tiger Force figure in Japan, so great to bring over a few more to keep him company and have a bit more of a set of the Tiger Force figures. They actually look really cool. I especially like Dusty there, he's great. A couple of the Ninja Force guys there, some Vipers, 86 and 87 figures, which are really cool. Perfect. And a couple of other really nostalgic ones. A couple of my favorite Joes. This one's actually Hooded Cobra Commander. broken crotch seems to be a common issue with this figure. But yeah, I really have great memories. This is one that I got in the mailbox as a mail away, when even in New Zealand you could do that. That was one of my favourite days, running out to the post box and seeing this guy in there. So great memories of having Hooded Cobra Commander. He's definitely my favourite version of CC. Again, I bought these figures so long ago, but yeah, finally to get my hands on them and gonna be able to put them in my display shelves is really cool. And all-time favourite G.I. Joe, which I've been longing to have my hands on since I started collecting 3 years ago. He's been waiting patiently for me in New Zealand. Is Wetsuit. Oh yeah, this guy, yeah, the first G.I. Joe that I ever had as a kid. And yeah, I've just always been a massive fan of Wetsuit. He's always been my favourite and he always will be. Just love his colours, and again, just great memories of playing with him in the bath, going down to the beach. And yeah, as I've said in other videos, me and my younger brother were water babies. So Wetsuit, yes, really so happy to have him swimming over the Pacific Ocean with me to add to my G.I. Joe collection. Yeah, really cool because you know, a lot of these guys didn't come out in the Takara release. They are, you know, very hard to get in Japan. I've been able to be a bit resourceful and buy them in New Zealand and wait patiently for them. I also had the video that I showed in New Zealand, a whole bag of complete Joes with file cards. They, unfortunately, I've had to leave those behind in New Zealand. I just did not have enough time to sort of sort through those, so that's a job for another day. But one other one I wanted to bring, Mr. Rob Vegas, if you're watching this, buddy, I'm fairly certain this is a Leonard figure, but check this dude out. Oh my god, what is going on here? Check out those, are they rollerblades or foot treads or something? But yeah, what a hot color scheme and outfit this guy is rocking. He just looks so wacky. Yeah, he's really out there, isn't he? He's very loud. Really cool to get that sort of radar, one of those portable battery operated jobs that they used to sell. I remember having a few of those because didn't have too many vehicles as a kid, so those were a kind of an affordable option. Strap them onto the back of the figures as well. I did manage to bring back with me one vehicle, so I've managed to bring back the old Snowcat. Very basic, doesn't have too many, or doesn't have any of the missiles or anything. I'm not fussed about that. It's got a lot of the cool decals, and yeah, my vehicle collection in Japan is quite limited. Again, just something great to put more of my figures in to display. And yeah, awesome. That was an easy one to put into the suitcase. So Yo Joe, really stoked to get the Snowcat as well. So that's G.I. Joe out the way. The next ones I wanted to show you, Dino Riders, figures to keep the dinosaurs company over here. So this guy is a fairly common one, Antor, I think. As you know, I'm absolutely crazy about Dino Riders. Yep, more Dino Riders the merrier for me. I think this is Rasp, he goes with the Pterodon. So I've got him, but just an extra one to kind of add to the dinosaur scene. And I've got a couple of loose dinosaurs that he can sort of stand next to, which is cool. Yeah, great little figures, aren't they? These are my first Ice Age Dino Riders figures. I have no idea what their names are and if they're good guys or bad guys, but yeah, so Dino Riders Series 4, they brought out Ice Age Saber-toothed Tiger and a woolly mammoth. Awesome to bring those back to Japan with me too. Yeah, they're quite different. Check out the kind of tattoo thingy mabob on his chest there. Gee, that guy's got some stuff on his chest too. They're neat, they're so cool. Yeah, a first to have the Ice Age figures, which is good because yeah, in Japan I've got the is he a giant sloth? Is he a sloth? Giant something. And I've got the saber-toothed tiger, so I'm going to be able to display 2 Ice Age figures with. Oops. They are quite small, aren't they? They're only a couple of inches tall. And these Ice Age guys kind of they don't stand up well at all. I'm just going to lie them flat because you can't see them too well on camera anyway, and they're a bloody nightmare to stand. Moving along, bit of MOTU. So one of my favourite dudes from the Evil Horde, Leech. This was one of my favourites, again growing up, and I've managed to get him complete with his bow as well. So I had Hordak here, and yeah, I think that's maybe the only Horde figure that I had in Japan. A partner in crime with Leech, and yeah, just great memories of having this guy, and again something great to add to the shelf in Japan for me and bring back those nostalgic feels. Oops, before moving on to MOTU, a couple more Dino Riders. So this is a guy from Series 2. He's really weird. I don't have, this is the first figure I've got with that sort of head sculpt. Kind of a fishy looking fella. He's great. I don't have any of the dinosaurs that match him, but yeah, these Series 2 figures are really hard to get, so really pleased that I could get him in New Zealand. He looks awesome. And also this guy here. Yeah, this guy might be even later, maybe season 3 perhaps. He's kind of a, I don't know, is he sort of a wasp bee looking figure? But yeah, I absolutely love these the sci-fi elements of these figures. Yeah, I think that's why I love Dino Riders so much. The dinosaurs along with some sci-fi. So 5 more. Oops, there we go, Phil. It was bound to happen. It stopped the camera. Okay, MOTU time again. So Stratos, one of my absolute favourite MOTU figures. The Heroic Warriors is the red backpack version. Doesn't have any of his arm accessories, but great to have him in the collection in Japan. So thanks for flying across the Pacific with me, Stratos, back to Japan from New Zealand. I brought back a bunch of Skeletors. Again, I'm probably going to sell some of these guys online in Japan because Masters of the Universe aren't very easy to come by, and so I can probably get a fairly good price for a couple of these over here. He's obviously a bit worse for wear, but you can never have enough Skeletors, and yeah, this guy's in really good condition actually. There may be slightly different variations too, so all good. I'll look into those a bit later on. And a couple of Buzz-Offs. That's another fairly common figure in the vintage line. I've got a Buzz-Off already over here, but yeah, again I thought I'd bring these back and put them on the old selling market and see if I can get rid of them. And yeah, help some Japanese collectors build their MOTU collection, spread the love. That's something that I'd like to do too, so that's all cool. I'm pleased I picked up these two and brought them back with me. Move the Kiwi out the way. Sorry buddy. Very convenient having the Snowcat there to lean them on. A fairly rough Zodak. Again, I've got this guy over here, so something that I can put onto the market. Over here, and also a drag store who's missing a bit on his back. Again, one that I have in Japan, but something I can put on the market to sell and help a MOTU collector in Japan. Okay, last but not least, ironically, living in Japan, I've actually bought back some Transformers. So this combiner here, and I've got him, but I'm finding that I want to get doubles of these and have them displayed, one in vehicle mode and one in robot mode. So he was cheap as, he's not in the best condition, but he'll probably display well in robot mode, so that's cool. Really happy to get, you know, me and my ability to remember figures names, especially some of the Transformers stuff. I've got, is it Runamuck or Runabout? I've got the white version basically. I had the white version in Japan, and so now I had bought the black one in New Zealand, so I've been able to reunite these guys. This black one in particular, I vividly remember having as a youngster, and so cool. So I'm so happy to kind of reunite some of these, you know, pairs of figures which are supposed to go together, and the fact that I'd had one in Japan and one in New Zealand, and now that they can unite forces and be displayed together is absolutely fantastic. I'm stoked about that. And then this little dude here, yeah, it's just a microbot. It's super tiny. Again, this was something that I picked up when I very first started collecting. So I probably bought this thinking that it was a sort of a combiner size figure. It's much smaller. But again, I don't have anything like this in my collection in Japan, ironically. So yeah, something nice to add again on the shelf now with my other Transformers. Alright guys, so that's not everything, but that's a pretty good representation of what I brought back from New Zealand. Covering all the good bases there, basically Transformers, Dino Riders, G.I. Joe, Thundercats, Superpowers, MOTU. Yeah, I managed to fit a lot into the suitcase coming back, with the aim of probably keeping half of it and maybe selling bits and pieces as well. I actually feel quite happy that I can, you know, help Japanese collectors build up their collections over here, so that's really cool. Plus it kind of helps with my expenses too. So it's all good, it makes me all very happy. That's what I was able to bring back with me from New Zealand, save it from the floods. I was lucky my hometown wasn't that badly affected. But yeah, I still have a lot still in New Zealand that I just didn't have time to go through. Catching up with family and friends, some more things to go back, and look forward to checking out the next time that I'm back home, which hopefully won't be 4 years away like this last trip was. Alright guys, thank you so much. Ooh, this is Phil, back in Japan, back with my collection, and yep, I hope you've enjoyed checking out some of what I brought back with me. Have a good one, catch you next time, bye.